But what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Pilot Light Pod. This is the podcast where we are here to give you guys a quick and dirty rundown of the craziest things going on in all things pop culture, everything, politics, people
Good to be
dying,
here.
people living, crazy stuff happening. We want to give you the rundown. Everything this week from the Grammys and what went down there. Lessons from Martha Stewart. Didn't see that coming, did you? The craziest videos that we've seen this week and so much more. But enough of that. This is Cullen with you guys today. And alongside me, we've got our man Ty. What up, Ty?
What's going on, everybody?
And alongside Ty, we also have the man, the wonderful Jordan. What's going on, Jordan? How you doing?
Wonderful. Not to be confused with Mr. Wonderful, because if that was the case, I would not be on this podcast. But I'm doing well. I'm not having to hold my mic like you. I don't know what happened there to your stand, but
a lot more hair for you than versus Mr. Wonderful. So
yeah,
I'm
we're going
happy for
hands
you
on, are
that.
we, huh, Cullen?
Yeah, I think so. It's time to get a little bit frisky with it. You know, right out of the gates, I want people to know that we mean business and we're bringing hot heat on here. But yeah, you know, I'm curious. I think, like we were saying, we got to lead off here with kind of like, how's everybody doing? What's been going on? What are the vibes going into these topics today?
The vibes are high.
Yeah, hi. Okay, tell us about that.
I'm up because, well, I had a pretty good weekend. My girlfriend was in town. It was beautiful. She was beautiful. We went to a concert actually here. I got their Beanie, Mickey Darling, and that was great. That was Saturday, and did that. And
What is
Sunday,
Mickey Darling? Is that like the
I'm with
Mickey
Jordan
Mouse
Club?
Club?
sorry, I guess I could go into that. Mickey Darling. So it's actually, I didn't know this. It's two people. It's the singer and the guitarist, Mickey and Darling. I know, right?
Yeah.
And then they get super close to each other on the microphone, and I almost think that they're gonna kiss, and I'm like, listen, Libby, that's my girlfriend's name. I'm like, I don't know, I'm getting uncomfortable, but it's okay. Yeah, they're really good, and let's see, we did that. Her and some other friends were there, got some drinks, and listened to that, and then went home. But Sunday was that. This is what I really want to talk about. Sunday, we freaking went to Six Flags, Fiesta, Texas, and that was amazing.
Nice.
And it was actually her first time on the any kind
Did you ride
of amusement
Superman?
park or Superman. Oh yeah, that was the first one we rode actually.
Wait a second. So you got to take somebody on their first roller coaster? Like you're saying, like had she been on any like smaller ones?
So she went to like fairs, and she's done the one, when the ones where you spin around and like the zero gravity.
Yeah,
stuck to the
yeah.
wall. Those are pretty sick.
Yeah.
So like she's done that and like Ferris wheels, but she's never done roller coasters where you're on a track going down, hurling down, getting like those butterflies,
Wow. Okay.
And so yeah, I got to do that with her, and that was really nice. And then I also not only she had the amusement park experience, but she had the throw up. Your stomach is so full experience. Not the throw up. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. She didn't throw up, but like we had funnel cake is what I'm trying to say. We had funnel cake. It was like with ice cream, and whipped cream. She didn't like.
Was the sickness like before or after rides, or was this like way like you guys are just? It was just a long day, tired.
Oh no, yeah, just the funnel cake just was so much. They pack it on with the powdered sugar, and then we got the sundae kind, so that was the ice cream. That was
ice cream on there.
That was the ice cream. That was the
whipped cream.
Oreos. It was disgusting. I said it was disgustingly good. It was disgustingly
I love it.
Yeah, that's.
I'll pull up a picture of a funnel cake here.
Was she scared of her like going on a big roller coaster for the first time? Like, were there any nerves there or anything like that? Did you mess with her?
That's what I'm saying.
She was nervous. There was actually a few that would not want to go on. Or she didn't want to go on. I wanted to go on.
What was the first one for?
The first,
there's not too many there that are like an easy break-in roller coaster.
Hey, hang on. I take that back. You know what's a good break-in roller coaster? Good little warm-up one there is that Roadrunner Express.
Roadrunner.
That one's a good.
Is that a Fiesta,
intro.
Texas? I don't think we didn't go on that.
Yeah, it's good. It's kind of right over there by what used to be the Iron Rattler or whatever. I think they rebranded it now or renamed it. But
fun fact: it used to, back in the day, for me, literally, because I grew up on roller coasters. We used to go to Six Flags, like over Texas and Dallas or Arlington, and then this one. But back in the day, it was just called the Rattler because it was all wood. It was all wood, and they
Mhm.
changed it to
Yeah.
Iron Rattler because they put some they like reinforced it, I think, with metal, and so they changed
Yeah.
it to Iron Rattler.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah,
Really.
because it was not
Yeah.
always called Rattler. I remember it was just called Rattler. It's never been called Iron Rattler, but
Man, Cole, whenever we went to Six Flags, was that your first time on a roller coaster? When you were
So
just
I had rode like boardwalk roller coasters and had done plenty of like fairground, just some guy put it up,
that was a nice little slight flex right there, by the way. Just being like, yeah, I grew up on the beach, but
No,
y'all had your
no.
amusement parks,
White trash.
little
No.
boardwalk.
No, it's
bro,
not.
those sunglasses are not white trash. Those look clean.
These are
Versace?
phenomenal. They're
Vers-
phenomenal. Viewers can see what we're talking about. The listeners just have to imagine. Just think of like oh man, like if LL Cool J was as cool as his name was,
That's
you know? Yeah.
that's 8 out
Sure.
of I'd say
Fair.
I'm gonna rate
All
them
right.
8 out of 10.
But I could talk roller coasters all day.
Yeah.
I hopefully we do that again because
It
I
was a
seriously
great
that
time.
you almost took me down that route for this entire podcast here.
I
But yeah,
noticed we were
Jordan,
about to do it too.
can you
Hey,
one up that? Can you one
this
up
man, all I'm saying
concert
is
and roller coaster?
I opened
this
up with a
man real
hot one.
quick before he went and I feel like I took Colin on one of his first legit roller coaster rides, Ty, and it
Mhm.
ended
Yes.
up being Superman. And this man
Never
was
forget it.
about kicking and screaming, so scared to get on the
Mhm.
ride. We're going up
Yep.
that first little hill or climb. We make
Mhm.
that drop, and as soon as we start dropping, this man goes from being horrified to by the end
Mhm.
of the ride is yelling at the people in front of us saying, "Your bolt is loose. Your seat's
Mhm.
about to come off."
Yeah, that's
Yo,
cope. That's heavy cope.
180.
that's
Big
Just
heavy.
coping
complete
mechanism.
180.
That's heavy.
Past that fear and anxiety, all that, throw that
Oh yeah.
right at them.
It's that
Nope.
that's not okay,
Displacement.
Colin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
that's
deal with your
crazy.
feelings. Just pass it on to others.
Okay.
There, that's as I
Are you
always say. We're
projecting?
here for good advice on this podcast as well. That's what we forgot to mention. Absolutely, dump your problems on others.
Maybe your bolt
Hey,
was loose, my friend.
I gotta say, I was actually in San Antonio, so not far from you. I
Mhm.
was not at the Fiesta Texas route, but had a bachelor party there, and was
Oh
coming
yes,
off of doing a Whole
transition.
30. Was also coming off of, I'm really not. I have to be in a certain mood to drink, but it'd probably been at least 4 or 5 months since I've actually had something to drink, and so
Mhm.
really went from the Whole 30 diet to then drinking. Quick transition, and man,
Heavily
did it
drinking.
hit hard. We went
Oh
to a
man.
Spurs game. Before we went to the Spurs game, went to go see the Alamo, like any Texan probably would.
You gotta remember
And
the Alamo.
oh, absolutely, that was maybe the only thing I remembered that night. But it was crazy. This Spurs game. Are y'all real big into like sports betting, or do you understand that or follow it or anything?
I understand
I've
it.
been known to lose a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still kind of like a science to me, but it was funny because my buddy had a bet going on, and basically he had this parlay. One of them hit literally Wimby, like the Spurs guy who's like 7'2" or whatever
Mhm.
he is,
Yeah.
star, right? Literally just needed to score 2 points in the last like 10 minutes of the game and could not do it. Um, so Buddy ended up losing there, which was wild, but it was a good time. It was a good time. And then we ended up going to this was cool. I felt like it was a scene out of Ted Lasso. The next morning, Liverpool was playing. They're all big soccer fans. And
Yeah.
so we actually found this little like Irish pub in San Antonio, showed up there and watched soccer. And it was so dirty and
What
grungy.
time of
And I
day? Like, is that
loved
happening?
it. I
That's
think it
sick.
was like a 10 a.m., 10:30.
Yeah, you guys are getting after it early. Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah,
because I
I
had
was
to have been early.
Oh, I mean, I had my hangover burger. I had my burger with an egg on it. I was
Yep.
hurting.
Yep.
Ooh,
And
burger with
these
an egg
guys like
on it.
go right through the door. They order Guinnesses, and I was like, these guys are a different breed. I can't hang out
You
with
gotta
them.
take that heavy vitamin C
But
before. That's a pro tip. I think that's
you've
what it
got
was.
that it was one of those
That's a
moments where
cheat code.
literally sitting at the bar were these two just like old English ladies. And
Mhm.
no joke, like they're like screaming and cussing at the TV, like yelling wanker. I was like, this is real. This is so cool.
That's
So
Did you join in?
I kind of want to
You have
go
to
in
join
on
in right
that,
there. You
you
got to
know?
drop one wanker on them.
I didn't drop any wakers, but it was a pretty
No.
cool experience, you know?
Well, I won't
Pretty
do. I'll
cool
save everybody
experience,
from
man.
doing an accent. But yeah. All right. Well, that was pretty. That was pretty good. I think it's
What
pretty
about you?
fair
What was
that.
your weekend? Just
Dude, that's awesome.
sitting on the
Ooh,
couch?
hey, rude. First off, no. We went to a dinosaur park. Boom, on the spot. Just remembered dinosaur park. Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
sick, bro.
Yep. So who's got the coolest
What
weekend?
is that? What does that even mean?
Damn,
No.
comment below.
So we went out. We drove out a bit towards the country a bit. We went on down that road now. We went down about a quarter mile. Now, when we got out there, at first,
Okay.
we didn't know what was going on. But then we found Dinosaur Park, right? And Dinosaur Park was, it's kind of like this. First off, you walk in, and it's just a huge gift shop. And it probably has every dinosaur toy on the planet. And like every brand, it doesn't matter. They've just collected every single
That's
one, and you can
impossible.
buy it. And you go in. We're there for a buddy of mine's kid's birthday party, and we get there. We hang out. We're doing our thing, but then they have this nature trail that you can walk on towards the back, and they've just got like models of dinosaurs and like fake fossils.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
so it's kind of like, I guess, if you went to like a natural history museum, right, and you were seeing skeletons, but instead it's just like what you would see at a mini golf course, but to
Yeah.
scale, right?
That's
That's
sick.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. Got to ride a couple. I'll have to post that on our account.
That's
Got.
right.
I
Whoa.
did. I did.
No
There was a
way.
few photo ops. They were all underage dinosaurs though, so it's kind of dark.
Damn.
Ooh,
Kind of dark.
that's
They're
messed
very
up, dude.
juvenile.
What else
Yeah,
is the
but
government not
I
telling
still had to
us?
ride them. So got the photos. And yeah, it's a good time. It was actually
Are we?
probably the best kid birthday party I've ever been to.
That's a pretty legit kid birthday party.
It was. Everyone had a good time.
one that would be
Nobody
fun
doesn't like
too.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, dinosaurs are fun. I honestly kind
They
of feel like
rule.
those little trampoline parks could be fun. But
Yeah,
I
those
don't
are
want to get
good,
into
right?
kid birthdays. But yeah, those are fun. Those are fun.
Trampoline parks are cool, but I feel like, man, there's just gonna be a day when you're gonna tear something and you're just gonna be want to just put me down.
Yeah,
Just like they used to just come out, put the sheet around me, and just
you're gone.
yeah.
I
That
like
means
I,
extinct.
I like the trampoline part where I'm in the air and I don't have to do anything. It's the like coming down part where it sucks, where I actually have to
Oh,
work. I bend my
yeah, if your
knees.
knee buckles or someone double bounces you.
Oh.
Do you know I spent my whole life getting double bounced, and Jordan is an offender of that. You're like I'm coming out. Like I don't know what the
Yes.
statute of
Yes.
limitations is, but like it's
Yes.
time that we
Hey,
expose that
crack that egg, baby.
Jordan
Crack
is a
that
double
egg.
bouncer, and that's a real low life person.
Crack the
So
egg.
I love everything else about you, buddy, but that's I can't move past that. But
Hey,
some people can't move past a lot of things, and I think some of that was going on at the Grammys. So I would love to hear
ooh.
what was going
Man,
on at the
did
Grammys.
y'all
Because
see?
transitions.
I think
Yep.
there was someone called Killer Mike. Did y'all see
Mm.
this? I
Yep.
Is
don't.
that
First
right?
off, seeing some stuff from the Grammys made me realize that I really don't know anybody current in music except Dua
Oh,
Lipa, and
I
that
don't know
might
about
be it.
that. Miley
But
won a Grammy. Get
well,
together.
Miley, yeah,
Get it
Miley,
together.
that's true. But did
Oh
you hear
yeah.
about this Killer Mike guy?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He literally like got arrested in the middle of the Grammys, went to jail, like hauled off in handcuffs and everything, and then came back later.
After he won 3 Grammys.
Yeah, that's wild.
Won 3 Grammys and got
Bring this up
arrested.
on the screen. Killer Mike shares statement after being arrested at 2024 Grammys.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty interesting. There's some
Yeah,
good
and
stuff. I was a fan of, what do we think about Jay-Z? Did everybody see like Jay-Z taking a second?
A
well,
misdemeanor.
before on Jay-Z, because I definitely have strong opinions on that. But before we get to Jay-Z, what was kind of just so crazy was to just see the footage of Killer Mike getting escorted out and then just radio silence for so long. Just
Yeah,
kind of bizarre. Like it makes you wonder, because I think that they're saying like it sounds like it's coming out that like he assaulted somebody. And whether that means like he slapped him or shoved him, I don't know. But you
he
have to
does have
wonder.
killer in his name, so
Oh, that's
You
right.
have to wonder who it was.
yeah,
Like,
They
was
instilled
this
some
somebody
laws
big?
after Will Smith. They instilled
yeah.
some laws. They
I
said,
was
"Hey,
gonna
that's
say
not
Will
right,"
Smith,
because he just went
But yeah,
right up there and just Did it? Nothing happened. He won an award.
Did you see the Jay-Z comment that we were going to talk about, Ty? I'm not sure. I know that was one that kind of seemed to might be flying under the radar a little bit more than I thought it would.
I missed that one.
Jordan, do you want to break it down? Because I don't know if you had. I know you
Yeah.
wanted to talk about it for sure.
No,
So
I think it was just that sense of Jay-Z. And again, I don't really know all the details, but
Right.
Beyonce has never won album of the year. Is that what it is? I know she's won a lot of stuff, or maybe recently she hasn't run album of the year. And I know Jay-Z's, um, it was his label that won an award or something, right? That he got pulled up there for. And he just took a
Right.
second to just pretty much say, like, hey, y'all are messing this up. Like, Beyonce's won all these other awards, and it doesn't make sense by your logic that she hasn't won album of the year yet.
yes,
That's it.
yes.
So she's like,
And we'll get better, guys, in the product. We'll start being able to play these clips for you so you can hear this better than us trying to tell it secondhand. But yeah, it was exactly that, right? I mean, he's up there accepting an award, and for the most part, I liked it. I get that he's up there and he's going to defend his girl 100%. We would all do the same, I'd hope, right? But it's
Looking at
also
you, Will Smith.
yeah, well, yeah, not going that far,
it was a
but
G.I. Jane joke.
yeah, he should have kept going. He should have leaned in harder. No, I don't know. It was just I kind of liked it, but then when I look back at it, it's like it's getting old. Like we've known that the Grammys are a joke. They've really like snuffed a lot of major artists. Everyone's always going to be upset. Jay-Z said it. He said it's all subjective at the end of the day. So it's all sometimes it's just arguing semantics, but they I did like it. He's like, some of you guys are gonna get robbed. Some of you guys will be robbed. He's like, it's just how it is. And he said, some of y'all don't even belong in the category. And and he said, I'm sorry when I'm nervous, I speak the truth.
Yeah.
And that's kind of gangster. But also, what have you done lately, Jay-Z?
Yeah.
What have you
And then
done?
I know
he
you've got a
pa-
label, but like, come on, get off the stage, please. You're a billionaire, I'm pretty sure. I don't know where he's at, but he's very, very well made.
yeah.
Just go be rich. Do
Yeah.
positive things.
100%. It was cool. And of
Accept your
course
award.
you
Too much of
saw
a hot take. I'll cool off. I apologize. I feel
no,
like I just
no,
bummed
no,
everybody
no,
out.
no.
Nah, bro, you're
It
coming
makes
in hot and
sense.
passionate. I respect
I'm
it.
just saying it was interesting because
Hot,
I
hot,
agreed with a
sweaty, and
lot of it, and
passionate.
it's just not me. It's not how I would handle things.
I
It's
get
kind
it.
of just getting old. It's taken away. It
Yeah.
like distracts from like his label. Just be focusing on thanking your team that is working so hard for you at the label.
Right, like
Yeah.
accept the reward, and then
Yeah,
you
we
know
got
maybe
it.
maybe now is not the time, kind of thing.
You don't need trophies to like justify or like to feel good about your success. You're doing fine. You guys are great. You're Beyonce and Jay-Z, power couple of the century.
Power couple, yeah,
Go
for
off.
sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
Damn,
you know
yeah.
what would be wild? Does anybody I was thinking about this the other day. Who is playing the Super Bowl halftime? Does
Usher.
anybody even know? Usher is?
Yeah.
So is it the
And-
49ers and the Chiefs?
Yeah, that's the game, but I
Mhm.
just
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know who was playing halftime. And I feel like would you be upset by that? Like it seems like no matter who you are as the halftime performer, Taylor Swift is going to overshadow you this entire Super Bowl.
Look, I don't know enough Usher songs to be hyped. Like it's The Weeknd. He's got so many bangers when he did it. Loved it. And you can't, he's gonna hold up even if Taylor Swift is in the crowd.
Can we play
Yeah.
music in here? Would that be copyright, or could it be?
Probably.
That
I think
would
we can only.
absolutely be copyright. We'd be shut
Mm.
down before we even
I
started.
think we could do. Yeah, I don't know.
We can acapella them and sing
Yeah, we
'em.
could watch like some video clips and stuff. But yeah, we're learning, folks. This thing will die before we get it started.
Come on. Isn't
Before
there
it
like a
gets
certain amount of time
copyright.
we can play for a certain amount of time
I
before?
think you can only play like 10
like a few
seconds of it.
seconds.
Yeah, it's a small segment, but that's for people that know what they're doing. That's that they get allowed to do that. Peasants like us, they'll stunt.
We could play we could play the Indian the India style. The
Oh God, yeah. So
what's it called?
I don't. what are you gonna do? I think he's in a tough spot, but also it's crazy that they don't get paid for it. And I know like Apple Music's
Yeah.
involved with it, and I know that there's like all the publicity you get from it is great, but kind of
Ooh,
wild. And like even
Yeah.
bigger of a shout out to Rihanna last year doing it pregnant.
100%. Yeah.
That's gangster. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
you know what'd be more gangster?
Queen Riri. What is that?
If she did it with an Apple Vision Pro on.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
is
If she was
what
up there
is
wearing an
is that?
Apple Vision Pro, just up there. Thank you for your. Hold on, gotta clear out my.
What
Thank
are
you
the
for my
chances that
awards,
Usher comes out in the Vision Pro then? That
dude. Performing in a Vision Pro,
hitting him with the hand gestures and everything, just
y-
dancing out like that.
and you
That would
used
be a
one.
weird one.
Hey, y'all gotta fill me. I assume that's Apple's VR stuff, yeah?
It is.
Yes.
I know nothing about Apple, but I have seen this headset, and yeah, it's impressive. It's
So
pretty impressive.
what is it?
Can we okay,
What's the
Jordan,
difference?
since you don't know,
I would like to hear. I would like to hear Ty.
can we
Ty, you lead,
watch?
lead us on this one.
I was just gonna say I was
We
gonna,
can
like,
watch a clip if you've got
can
it.
we can
Roll it.
watching a clip on YouTube? Is that cool?
Roll it. Let's run it. That's allowed. We
see.
can make commentary on that. As
Vision.
long as we're
How
making
so
constructive
it's just a VR headset though. How much does this thing cost?
What
It
was it?
is called
3,500?
spatial computing, so it's not considered by Apple, that I know nothing about, to be anything like, it's not an AR, like augmented reality for AR, virtual reality being VR. Those have been really kind of the two main things. This is called spatial computing, right? So it's really taking the environment that you're in and allowing you to interact with your apps in a spatial environment now. I guess it's a weird one. It's one that's tough to explain unless you try it.
That is
Feels
so
dystopian at
cool.
times. It's kind of wild.
How does the technology I guess it's kind of like the Kinect technology or something from the old Xbox days, right? Where it just reads fingers and kind of
Yeah, it's
I don't
finger
know.
move. It's crazy. It's
Got
getting really.
all around it, and basically it's giving you, so that headset, even though it looks like snowboard goggles, you can't see through that without, like, if the device is not powered on and you just put that over your face, it's just completely black because it's all
Oh,
electronics
really?
there. So you're not seeing through that. What it's doing is it's using all those cameras around it to pass through the image to you in real time. It's doing that, like normally like a VR headset would make you sick and give you a lot of like dizziness and eye strain. But that's
Yeah.
just with bad resolution and inputs. This has really high resolution now. And then it's got only 12 milliseconds of delay between those cameras picking everything up and sending that image through to your eyes there. So people are like playing table tennis with it on, and then they have like
Huh.
5 windows up watching stuff. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy.
That's
Yeah.
wild. So Ty, how much did you say something like that is?
I thought it
Well,
was.
as Tim Cook likes to say, right? No, it's pretty pricey for, as they say, the future of technology today. It starts at $3,500, so and that's serious. But I mean, because then if you need lenses for glasses, it's a whole thing. So it's definitely for the early adopters, for sure. I don't think it's a must-have, but it will be. It's where everything's heading now.
That's
Yeah,
heavy.
that's fascinating.
It is a crazy thing to say that, right? And that's what everyone
Yeah.
keeps saying. And like it's everyone just keeps saying, like, it's when you try it and then you go back to just a normal laptop, it just feels like you're back in the Stone Age, with just how limited everything feels.
That's just
Which
Tony's.
that's nuts. That's just crazy because it's only
Yeah.
gonna get, like, the first iPhone was terrible. It was
Yeah.
awful,
Oh,
Yeah.
but it
it
was
was a
just like a new
potato.
way to interact with things.
Yeah,
So now,
but it had more
where's this gonna
technology than
go?
like.
Like, it's already amazing now, like, because this is like a really amazing thing already. It's gonna be nuts. It's crazy.
20 years.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's good or bad, right? I mean, because it's gonna be a time and place for that. Like, you don't want to raise your kid just wearing goggles like that all the time, because I'm not gonna put them on my kid. So I'm just gonna be in this like virtual thing interacting, and my kid's just gonna see me with bug eyes all my life. Like,
That's wild.
crazy. I don't know.
That's cool. That's
But I
cool.
could see myself like clocking in for a work day, and that's what I'm using instead of having all
Sit
these.
down. It's
Yeah.
provided at a business. Like at a
Hmm.
business,
That will be
it's at
your
your
computer
cubicle.
in the
Yeah,
future. You
You're at
won't
your
have a
cubicle.
laptop. It's not gonna exist.
That'll be plugged into the wall. You clock in. Hey, Mary. Good morning, Jeffrey. Drink your coffee. Plug
Yeah.
in and
You can
just
walk to the cafe
do
and
your
never
work.
leave your computer. You can just keep it right up and just over to the side.
Hmm
You can get to your cubicle and it will remember at your cubicle where you've got certain things pinned to the wall around you, and they can all be screens or like additional displays. It's insane. It's insane. It's
Insane.
truly crazy.
That's
So
wild.
hype. It's a good time to be a nerd for sure. It's really
hmm
cool.
So what happens? I
All
don't
the
know. I guess I'm
non-nerds are
trying to
just like,
think if you're trying to like edit. I don't know. Like I'm thinking editing wise. Like if you're trying to edit a video, like let's say
Mhm.
if you go to do something like that and they don't give you a laptop, they just give you that thing. How would that work? Like that just seems so
You gotta watch videos, man. We gotta get
confusing.
you involved.
Catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the future's here, dude. Yeah.
Huh.
I
That's
really
cool.
do. I think it's gonna be a big shift the next couple of years. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which is wild. So I'm excited to like watch that because I'm such a nerd for business stuff. To see that kind of stuff happen, like changing an industry, would be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. That's cool.
Let's see here, but yeah, let me see if we get into. So I'm seeing here though that like I think you had something about Martha Stewart going on.
Man, there was some article that I just came across that was really interesting talking about Martha, and it was just talking about these lessons that people have learned from her growing up. And to be honest, there was like 5 of them. The only one that really stood out to me was just how to fold one of those like curved fitted sheets for your bed.
Mm.
And to be honest, I don't fold those. I just kind of crumble them up like a little ball and then throw them in the closet or wherever. But
Yeah.
it was
No
just
point.
it
That
was just
sounds about
interesting.
right. Nothing sounds
Yeah.
wrong so far with what you
No,
said.
I
Yeah.
mean, why
How
do
do
you
you
want to fold
fold
a
that?
fitted sheet? You know, it was interesting. Let me see what
How?
she said. She was saying you pretty much take it and you put one hand in a corner of the fitted sheet, okay, and then you use your right hand to tuck that corner inside out over the one in your left hand, so you're almost creating that flat edge.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pull the top edge straight with your right hand, and apparently that's how you get to folding it.
If you can fold a fitted
But
sheet, then you are a black belt in like fold shitsu or something like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like if you're
Yeah.
that level, you've got to be the type of person that can do like origami cranes and all that stuff, you know?
Did you
That's a
say
skill.
fold sheet shoe? I can't even say
Fold
that. I don't know.
shitsu.
That feels legit. That feels like it's actually a thing for folding sheets.
Yeah.
Fold shitsu.
I don't
Also,
even
I
think
feel
I've
like
attempted to fold one of those.
Martha Stewart has stayed relevant for so long. Like, that's
Yeah,
so pretty impressive that people are still talking about her.
in prison. Like
Yeah.
went to
Yeah.
prison, got out, friends
It's,
with
I, s-
Snoop.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I still don't understand the Snoop connection, but they rock it, you know?
Probably
Dude,
gets the munchies.
my girlfriend
Probably.
and I just finished watching. We binged the entire day. We watched Snoop Dogg. He had a youth football team, and
Mm-hmm.
they won like the national championship. And they had a Netflix series, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
8 episodes, something like that. And we
Okay.
watched the whole thing, and it was really good actually. It got into Snoop Dogg and these kids and what they've been through, and
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg realizing this isn't just about like kids and playing football. You get to like know these kids and like help these kids throughout their
Mm-hmm.
consistent struggles, and it's actually really good. It was really good. We watched the whole thing throughout the whole day. And I
That's
recommend
awesome.
watching it. I forget what it was called exactly, but you know, if you look up Snoop Dogg, you'll find
Yeah.
what you're looking for.
Could you imagine taking like play calls from Snoop? Hey, let's
Dude.
run the double bleezy to the right. On cough, on cough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I I
And the
feel
rest
like
didn't treat him like Snoop Dogg at all, bro.
oh, I know. Yeah, right?
No,
Like dapping him up. Like what? Like
no.
how do you approach Snoop if he's yelling at you about a play? Yeah, I don't even know. That's
Mm.
crazy.
And he
Yeah,
even
I feel like I would really trust him though in the battle because he's so calm. And I feel like he'd be so confident with the play calls.
there was an episode where he's got this charm, this aura to him, and dude, sometimes at the end of this episode, at this one point, he was like almost calling what was going to happen.
Hmm.
He was saying he's gonna be open, throw it, and then it happened, and then he threw it, touchdown, and then he did it consistently for like two more plays. I remember how they edited it, of course, and it was yeah, it was
I
really
feel
good.
like
I was like, that's
it
Snoop
makes
Dogg.
sense, right?
That's
Like
just
if
Snoop
you're
Dogg,
Snoop, he's probably high all the time.
and you gotta win.
Things have slowed down. He's living his life in slow motion. He's seeing plays and everything develop before everyone else.
And I gave him credit. I mean, I give him credit. It was like so he even goes into how he got into the coach mindset. He says, when I'm on the field, I'm not Snoop Dogg. I'm Coach Snoop, and he doesn't talk about we or anything like that. He just is football and teaching these kids and everything like that. So it was really awesome and a really good
That's
show
cool.
show. Yeah.
Well, it's cool because so I was thinking when you first brought this up, like I had always kind of like known about Snoop's history with like coaching football, and his son was I think had
Really?
gone and was playing college football and all that before deciding to step away
I
from it. But
didn't realize he has a son that old.
yeah, yeah. So, and I
Yeah,
think even
me
that was like
neither.
a couple years ago. But yeah, when you were bringing this up, I had just seen. I had to look it up here. Um, there's also a movie coming out, like a theatrical movie. That's not
No
a
way.
not a documentary. Is that the way to say it? I guess. So it's about I guess like Snoop being an ex-professional football star that hits like just complete rock bottom, and then he has to go and coach this team. It's a
Huh.
classic story that we've seen on like baseball and all like we've
Yeah.
seen this story 1,000 times, but it looks like could be kind of cool, right? So I feel like I'm gonna have to check out the actual documentary.
Are you saying Snoop's the actor in that? Like he's
Yeah,
playing the head coach?
yeah, like
Oh,
it's
that's
actually
cool.
like it's like his movie. Like it looks like it's gonna be a comedy. Um,
Hmm.
folks like Mike Epps and everybody in there. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were talking about, Ty. So that's dope that there's actually a documentary about him now.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, you're talking about a movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's like other comedians in there too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw
Yeah.
that sometime at a movie theater at a preview.
Is it just one season of Coach Snoop, or how many
Yeah, it
seasons?
was
Do you
just I
know?
think it was just one season. It was like 8 episodes, 9 episodes,
Man,
something like that, and it was just boom, 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 boom.
I'm
Um,
gonna binge that so fast.
start to finish. Yeah, it was really good. Snoop Dogg. It was Snoop Dogg, and he has this, of course, this other head coach. So he's of course like the head coach, and I guess he's got this other coach that he gives authority to, and his name is K-Mac, and he is more of he's aggressive. He cusses hard at these kids, but like these kids will cuss
How
you
how
out
old are
too.
these kids?
13.
Old enough.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, I didn't know if I was thinking like Pop Warner, like if these are like
Oh yeah.
6 year
Well,
olds, like 5 year olds running around, like
yeah, I
you know.
think that's right. I think so. But they played. Snoop said that he aligned a lot of the schedule like to be really hard, and so they played they actually played some kids that were like they look like grown ass men, and so they
Hmm.
lost some games like 60 something to zero, 70 to zero. So
I am
it's
12
Snoop
years old.
Dogg.
Yeah. Yeah. I am 12.
I am 12,
Yeah. That is
but
that
Snoop
is
Dogg
crazy.
and his team losing that big, so it was interesting to see. But the mindset they approached the next one was interesting too.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
did it
that's
seem like
cool.
he was like making them get like forged through adversity, like he wanted to force them to the point of failure almost and then make them tougher? Is that kind of what it seemed like he was doing?
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if there was much of necessarily forcing. I think that their lives were already hard enough. Like a lot of the struggles in the show just came from the struggles that they already experienced in the past, and so it was just like they dealt with them throughout the show pretty much. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like one kid I know, I can't remember his name necessarily. I think it starts with a J, but he had a really tough childhood, and his mom died from a hit and run car crash, and he had a bunch
Ooh,
bunch of this
That's
pent up
just
dang.
like bent yeah a bunch of this like pent up just anger, and so he was really good on the field. Sometimes of course it'd get him in trouble and he'd go too
mm-hmm.
far, but uh and then he's got, they even had him, the camera crew went into their house and he actually had these punches in the door, and it's like these holes, just
Mm,
holes in his door
yeah.
and his wall. And so he says, no, I like it. He says, like, one of his friends was home with him. He says, don't you want to change your door? He says, no, I actually like it. Like, I like it like that. And
Like a reminder.
probably, or yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like a reminder or something like that. But it was,
Yeah, it's so
I forget
tough to
his
grow
name
up with
though.
that.
It's probably Jeffrey. Not really.
Jeffrey's your go-to J name. You used that one earlier
Yeah,
too.
I did. Jerry. Jerry.
It's like
My
it's
next.
just like the normal NPC name to go with there. It's
Dude,
a
Jeffrey.
standard
I had
issue.
a manager named Jerry.
Really?
Fuck that,
Oh
bro.
man, that feels like starter
I'm,
issue kit. Like if you just had to have a manager
dude,
of a store, Jerry's got to be top
Jerry.
5
it was
names
pretty
for it,
cool.
right?
He had a little goatee. He was cute. He was like,
Go
yeah.
goatee. This man's on brand all like
Jerry.
Hat.
oh
He wore the
my.
hat all the time. He had the little bald spot right here. Jerry. He was Jerry. Whatever.
This
Like,
sounds like a
if you
legend
close
is
your
what it
eyes,
sounds like
say
to me.
Jerry out loud, and that man pops in your head, that's probably what he looks
That's
like.
him.
Yeah, that's
Three do I
probably
say
that's
it
him.
3 times like the new Beetlejuice coming out?
He'll pop up.
Ooh, transition, dude. New Beetlejuice, guys. You seeing this rumor?
What?
Bro, I've never watched Beetlejuice in my life. I don't know what it's
You're
about.
that old? Hold the phone.
No,
Hold
no,
the
no, 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 no,
phone. We
no.
just
I
lost
watched.
every viewer right now.
Hold
You
on, no,
just
no.
know that I'm not cultured when it comes to movies.
Were the hat and
Beetlejuice.
glasses
Can
not
I get
fooling
name in?
anybody?
Can I get name in? Kevin. Kevin knows where
1988.
I'm at.
It's
Are you talking? Is it like
described as an American
2024?
fantasy horror comedy film.
Yeah,
Beetlejuice.
all I know about Beetlejuice is that they've got it's on Broadway, right? They got a play or something, or like a musical out of it or something like
Was that
that.
right?
Probably.
Oh,
But
is it in
now
Austin?
they're linking. It sounds like Michael Keaton's in on it. So Michael Keaton played the Beetlejuice character, like the dead guy that if you said Beetlejuice, he would appear, right? And that's like not what you wanted to
Oh,
do. And he's right
that's dude
behind me,
like
isn't he?
does he wear like a
Yeah.
pinstripe suit or something?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a classic look. It's fantastic. And it's just it's such an iconic character for Michael Keaton. Just absolutely so fun. And honestly should go back and watch it as a true adult now because I bet it hits even better.
Yeah.
I'm pulling Beetlejuice up on the screen for him to see.
Someone said, "I dare you to name it Beetlejuice," and I think that's fantastic because then they could just go right into the third Beetlejuice with the perfect title. Saying it 3
Yeah.
times, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I think they think it's gonna be what's the girl that's in Wednesday? She's really
Tuesday.
popular. Uh,
She did that dance.
Ortega,
Yeah, Jenna
Ortega
Ortega.
something. Yeah, yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. Really will be so interesting. I mean, 1988 to now, we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do a sequel, and we're gonna keep
Mm.
Keaton in there as Beetlejuice. Let's see what we got because that's a high energy character, and Keaton gotta be leaking. You know what I mean? If Keaton's leaking,
Yeah.
the oil's
Dude,
gotta be leaking at this point,
the
dude.
creativity.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, the creativity is just is coming to a shart level because I had a point, but I forgot it. But anyways, oh yeah, they're making what the fifth they're making the 15th Fast
What?
and Furious, and they said this time
15th? We're on 15?
we're
Are
on
you
15,
sure?
we're on 15, bro.
I thought it stopped at like 10 or like he was like one
Mm.
last ride, like 5 movies back, right?
Bro, they're at 15, and they said this time we're gonna bring it back to family, or not. They're gonna bring it back to
Oh my.
um like the old style, not so much. They turned it into something. I'm not sure exactly what that. I
It
haven't been
became an
watching it.
action movie. It was just literally what kind of, I mean, we got cars in space, we got cars on
It became
You know,
into
the
more of
North
a.
Pole, South Pole.
I think they're going back to the more of the drifting style, the more of the racing style, like the
Mhm.
old
Yeah.
style,
Street.
on
That would be
the
sick.
street, back on the cameraman just being on the road, just sitting there,
Mm.
and not none of this weird CGI stuff that they've been doing. It's been I don't know what they've
Were
been
you
getting
guys
into.
fans? Or like, do you? I mean, I have lost track of like the latest ones that have been out, probably like the last 4. But were you guys ever fans of the originals, like first 3 or 2?
We watched. I remember my family watched a few, and my mom loved Paul Walker. She kept up with him,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
Walker.
went with
Man
him.
crush
I know,
for
bro.
sure. Yeah.
Ye- Yeah, I've never seen a Fast and Furious. What? Surprise.
That's crazy.
I've killed the podcast.
All right. Okay.
Sucked it.
I just don't understand you.
That's
I feel like Michael Scott and Toby right now, like the things you choose to be sometimes, man. Like how are we best friends?
disappoint me.
And you haven't seen what you haven't like been force fed one in like a doctor's waiting room or something, or just like
No.
late
No.
night ER visit, chilling, watching a TV with a bunch of random people bleeding.
No. Never, man.
It's pretty
Never
shocking.
seen it.
I feel like I like really just waste my life when you guys tell me this kind of stuff. Like every time you guys haven't seen something, it's like an hour and a half that I've realized I've wasted with my life. Because I'm not better than
or-
y'all. Clearly, I'm outnumbered right here. That's nuts.
Ty's
No, dude,
seen
you
them.
gotta stand your
I just
ground.
haven't seen
The
'em.
first 2 are classics. I mean, the soundtracks
Yes,
were just such time capsules, and they
absolutely.
transport me back to that every
I
time.
remember. I remember sitting on the couch with my mom and dad, my brother and sister, and watching Fight Club,
Yep.
watching Fast
Oh
and
yeah,
Furious.
with the soap, bar
Yeah,
soap.
Mm-hmm.
right
Have you
there.
seen it, Jordan?
Watching, yeah.
Kind of. I don't know.
Unbelievable. Man
Somebody
knows
put it
bar
on
of
one
soap,
time.
dude. Be more
Somebody put it
specific.
on one time whenever I was like trying to fall asleep. So it was in one of those weird stages where I was like in and out of consciousness, like heavy sleep. Would keep watching the movie, but it was just weird. Don't recall anything, but I remember it was like a pink bar soap or something. Some
You
soap
wouldn't
somewhere.
make it in Fight Club anyways. It's all good. It's understandable. You wouldn't last in Fight Club.
Hey, like y'all are the ones bringing it up. We all know the first rules
I
don't
feel like you
talk
need to
about
watch
it.
Fight Club and report back next week. That'll be
Dude.
the thing. Every time a movie gets brought up on here and someone doesn't know what it is, you better have watched it before the next one.
That means I'm gonna have to
Yes.
be watching
So what do we
movies
make him
multiple
watch?
times a week.
I feel like I need
Absolutely.
Jordan to watch the first Fast and the Furious.
hmm
It has to happen. And
yeah.
I need,
All right,
and we
that's
need
my
Jordan's
homework. No more
we need
homework.
Jordan's 2-minute review of Fast and the Furious next week, folks. That's what we're leaving you with to tune in on that one, right? But no, all right. Well, I apologize. Man, I could talk about that all day.
No,
Dude,
dude.
that's a pretty good one.
We're at 44 minutes.
We got to give the people our video, our crazy clips of the week.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
let's do crazy clips of the week and rap.
Absolutely. Let's get people on with their day. All right. Well, I'm going to pull up the first one here. Let's see. This one's going to be Jordan's. This one. Brace yourself, folks.
My crazy clip of the week, but wasn't technically, since mine, I can't show it. I would just talk about it real quick.
Lead us
right
off.
now.
Lead us off. Yes.
Yeah, I'll lead us off real quick. It technically is a crazy clip of the week because I think we all know, at least Cullen may know what I'm speaking or what I'm about to say, but this clip is the release, the leak of Drake's meat. Drake's meat got leaked, bro. Drake.
No.
There's no way.
Champagne Poppy. Yep.
Champagne floppy. Champagne floppy, dude.
It happened. Champagne floppy.
Yo,
Indeed.
no, man's packing heat. Give him his respect. Yes,
Oh.
I've seen it. Yes, let's move on. Anyways,
Anyways.
How did this video even, like, was it just like a
was that a live reaction from you, Jordan? Did you just find out about Drake's meat?
yeah, I had no idea about Drake's meat.
Guys, this just in. Drake's
But was
meat.
it, now I'm curious. So, but was this like a video that he was like sending somewhere that got like leaked or something? Or was it,
Listen,
Who
man.
wants
he's
to out
just, like,
themselves
I don't
and
know,
describe
specific
frame by frame what was
context, like,
happening in that
where's-
video?
I
Who
don't know.
watched the whole thing? Go
was
ahead.
he like in a room or is he like with a group of people or like where is
Break
he?
it down, Ty.
Hey. I wasn't
I
looking.
definitely haven't seen
Hey,
it.
don't
so
ask me the color of
obviously-
nothing.
I'm not watching that.
Don't ask me the
Give
color
me
of
the
anything.
play-by-play.
Hands where we can see them, folks. All right, Ty, break it down.
Don't
Hands
ask
up,
me the
folks.
color of anything. I wasn't looking anywhere else but one place.
Don't
No,
ask you the
he's
color.
so
The
he's
color
laying
was the
down. I don't
craziest
know. I
thing.
don't know where he sent it, but necessarily. But I know the scene. If y'all want me to paint a picture for you, for
Paint it.
but he's laying down, recording back with the back camera into a mirror. So it's a wild angle. It's a wild angle. I don't know. And he's floppy. And I'd give him, yeah, like Cullen said, I'd pay the man his respects. I'll give respect where respect is due. And he is packing heat in his
So he's just
his
laying
champagne.
there by himself, like in a bed with
Yeah,
a
just
mirror or
himself.
something.
Yeah, just himself, kind of cranking his
And
shaft.
and then he just like flexed it on Twitter or something, and it leaked, or somebody,
Yeah, I
or
don't.
he like, did
First
he
place.
intentionally post this?
You
Like, is
know,
he
I
like,
don't know,
it's
but the
time for
first
the
place
world
I
to
heard of it
know?
was X. Let me for the first time say it right for the first time.
yeah,
X.
unfortunately, it found out through Twitter, and like found out to start my day. Not
Ah,
ideal.
Yep.
Yeah,
Merry
That's
Christmas.
heading
good
to
stuff. Way
work,
to
trying to be
start.
professional. Haven't had my coffee yet. Open up
And then
Twitter.
champagne
Oh,
floppy just right
what's
there.
going? And I knew better.
Dude,
I think
champagne
Ty and I
floppy.
both knew better than to click on the post.
Yeah.
Because then you saw the video and it was like, oh
Yeah,
my
we know, of
gosh.
course, it's
What?
we know what's
Why
going to
did we
be
look?
behind the blurred. We know it's going to be, and we don't know what it's going to look like, but we know it's going to,
Shameful.
in some way, shape, form, or fashion, going to be a
Shameful.
male's genitalia. And
How
yet
many
we click.
celebrity boobies have leaked out there that we don't talk about? But here we are with one wiener pick, one meat pick, and
guys.
we're over here talking about it, And Jordan's fiending to get off here and look it up right now. Jordan's probably looking at it right
I
now.
see
He
him itching.
hasn't
He's
said
twitching.
anything.
That eye's been
I'm
twitching
not.
recently.
I'm not.
Oh man, Jordan's looking at it right now. You can see it.
Nah,
Let's see it.
nah.
Oh, that's a meat grin. Okay. Well, yeah, no,
So
that's
that
crazy.
was my clip of the week.
It's crazy. I think he shakes it because he's packing. I think he shakes it because he's packing. It's
I'll send you the
absolutely.
link, Jordan.
It's a photo no man should send.
If you're not, I mean, if you're not packing, why would you do it in the first place? You know,
Yep.
that's what
Why
I'm
would
saying.
anyone?
Anybody
That's a
that
very
does
No one
that,
wants to see that, dude. It just doesn't matter. That's just
We did.
not.
yeah, y'all wanted to see it. What are you talking about? Y'all went right to it.
Jordan, I have to see.
For y'all.
You know.
And ladies and
Pause.
gentlemen, this has been
Pause.
the Pilot Light Button.
Pause. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. That's cool. I mean, where do we go from here?
That's it. That's a wrap. We'll see you next week.